Let's be honest, Feng Shui has become trendy, which means it's also become watered down. There are hundreds and thousands of quote unquote certifications online. Some are under 20, some are under an hour. Once I saw how accurate the forensic and forecasting was, how the stars lined up with real world outcomes, I knew I had to go deeper. So I asked my grandmaster for permission to teach this work, to carry on the lineage. You will see on the slide here, Grandmaster Tan Yang Wu may be a name that you're not familiar with at all. It sure didn't ring a bell when I first heard it. But if you go into Asia, into Taiwan, Hong Kong, China, Southeast Asia, where you're among the real Feng Shui community, you mention Grandmaster Tan Yang Wu and their interest will be piqued because they know that he was one of the OGs in terms of taking true Feng Shui teachings in a school format as opposed to an apprentice format like Mr. Miyagi in Karate Kid, right? It used to be a one-on-one passed down format, but Grandmaster Tan Yang Wu with his school in Shanghai was able to start making it available for more people. So I asked the Grandmaster if I can train others, not just in symbols or trends, but in time-tested energetic truths. And my Grandmaster says, yes, this is a picture of me getting certified with the Grandmaster and pictures of the previous generations of Grandmasters. That was back in 2017, and I've been teaching ever since. I'm on a mission to raise the standard of Feng Shui education because right now, there are far too many people calling themselves certified, but they can't read a chart, they don't understand time cycles, and they certainly can't serve clients with confidence. So what does it actually take to go from confusion to confidence, from consumer to practitioner? Let me show you the 4 key shifts you need to make and exactly how my Flying Star Feng Shui certification helps you make these shifts. Shift number 1, you must unlearn that Feng Shui is a one-size-fits-all method. You may already be asking yourself that if all homes in the world have the same wealth corners, the same relationship corners, if it's so simple, if it's so easy, why isn't everyone rich and in love? Does these 2 charts look familiar to you? If you tried Feng Shui this way, you're probably saying it didn't work for you. For instance, that universal money corner that is supposedly in the southeast or the furthest left corner in the house of a house or of a room, they say that's the money corner for every house in the world. You've probably heard of that. You've probably tried to practice Feng Shui that way. If you're one of the lucky ones, you probably escaped unscathed, but most of you, and I've heard, and I've gotten emails and social media posts and replies from you guys trying to activate the Southeast and getting into financial trouble. Let me ask you this. Why settle for just one money corner based on fast food Feng Shui when you can have 3? Some even have a 4th. So look at these charts. These charts are based on the period and the facing of the house. This is something that we cover in my certification course in depth. This house has its money corner in the southwest, west, northwest, and the center. This house has also 4 money corners in the north, east, southeast, and southwest. This house has three money corners, which is west, northwest, and the center. So would you rather have this, figure out where your 3 or even your 4th money corner is, or would you rather have to be told that your wealth or abundance corner is in the furthest left or in the southeast only for everyone? Feng Shui doesn't work that way. Shift number 2, you don't need lucky bracelets, keychains, necklaces, or Feng Shui tchotchkes to do Feng Shui. Are you guilty of buying any of these? Don't feel bad, because that's how I started my Feng Shui journey too. The real activators and remedies are based on the 5-element cycle. If there is an energy in a specific room, in my certification course, I teach my students to figure out which element will reduce that negative energy. But if you have auspicious energy, energy that is good for money, for health and relationships, I also teach my students which element they need to put into that area to activate that auspicious energy. You don't need to be buying all these things to turn your house into a Chinese restaurant and maybe have to hide it when you have guests coming. You simply use the right elements, use the right colors, and these things, you can go cheap. You can buy these things in Salvation Army stores or the dollar stores. Or if you're fancy, you can spend more money and get them in interior decorating stores. The sky is the limit. You don't have to do Feng Shui this way. And in fact, this is not the real way to do it. If you love Chinese culture, by all means. But getting these items don't mean you're doing Feng Shui right. Shift number 3. There's a difference between real Feng Shui and law of attraction decorating. Have you heard that in order to attract love, you need to have everything in pairs in your bedroom? Like 2 bedside tables, enough pillows for 2 people, put mandarin ducks. That is Pinterest Feng Shui. Real Feng Shui is not about having everything in pairs to attract romance. It's about tapping into the energy of romance. And once you learn how to calculate the energy of a space, then you can see where the relationship corners are. Yes, there's more than one, just like for the money corners. Shift number 4. When you Google what is Feng Shui, the answer that normally 99% of the answer that comes back to you will say Feng Shui is an art of placement. Feng Shui is more than that. Feng Shui is using math and formulas to analyze the time, the space, and the direction. So in my Flying Star certification course, the time is the Feng Shui period of the home, the space is the layout of the house, and direction is the compass reading. Once you have the facing and the period, then you're able to calculate this Flying Star chart, read the Flying Star chart, and then you superimpose the Flying Star chart onto the layout. And that's how you know what is the energy, where are the money corners, where are the health and relationship corners, where are the career corners, where are the academic corners. Then you can figure out where these energies land in your layout. If you want to learn more about how to differentiate fake Feng Shui from the real thing, check out my 15 video series that I've created for you, starting with this video on the real Feng Shui Bagua.